I want to run AI locally. What computer should I buy?
And that sounds simple enough, but it's not. Because the real answer depends on the model, the size, the quantization, how much VRAM you have, whether you care about speed, whether you need a laptop, a Mac, or a PC. I've tested a ridiculous amount of hardware on this channel for this, and I feel like I'm just getting started. Macs, NVIDIA GPUs, gaming laptops, mini PCs, workstation cards, weird little AI boxes, and giant desktop builds. But here is the problem. Most of the data is trapped inside my videos and maybe on my notes or somewhere on spreadsheets. So today I'm gonna try and turn all that into an app. The idea is simple. You tell it what AI model you want to run, your budget, what kind of computer you want, and it tells you what hardware actually makes sense based on real benchmark data. And I'm building it in Replit. Replit is sponsoring this video and they asked me to show what I could actually build with it. Now, I'm a software developer, but I still use AI to build a lot of my one-off applications because you have to know where your time is most valuable, especially now when AI is just getting going. And I know that this is one of those things that I want to delegate and I don't want to write myself from scratch, even though I enjoy coding. But this app can't just look nice. It actually has to get the recommendations right or close and then get tuned over time. So let's get started. First thing I need to do is actually grab the data from some of my old videos. And I'm using AI to pull the data out. And it looks like this might be harder than I thought. I might actually have to watch every one of these videos because in some of these I'm specifying the model, but maybe not the quantization. Bad, Alex. Or maybe the AI is not picking it up, so I have to scrub. But at least this gives me a starting point with some data, unstructured, even though it looks structured, it's pretty much unstructured. And we're gonna feed this into Replit to see what we can start with. This is my workspace in Replit, and I'm really curious about the mobile app. 3D game, animation, that would be really cool, but I have to focus. It's sometimes hard to focus these days with all the different options I want to try, but website is what I'm making. It's a web app. I'm gonna paste in a prompt that I actually generated. This is a trick that I use a lot. I don't write the prompt myself because I could forget some things. So what I do is I have the agent plan it out for me first, and then based on the plan, I have it generate an implementation prompt, and that's what this is. Now, there is a line in here that says, do not invent benchmark numbers or fill missing results. I don't know about you, but from my experience, using AIs, you're never going to trust it fully. It can create an incredible application for you, but the data that you're going to be surfacing and using, that has to be validated. And even though I'm going to put that in there as part of my prompt, we're going to design with that in mind. I don't really care so much about that because when I get my data, I'm going to validate it and then fill up the database with actual data. For now, it can use fake data if it wants to. Now, the first thing I'm going to do here is I still want it to plan because this agent has not had this prompt yet. So it's a new context. I want it to run through the plan first instead of doing the build step, and you can select which one you want, and plan will ask questions and plan your work. Now, if I'm working with a designer, I can actually upload a design system here too. Things like colors, fonts, components, things that a designer would create in Figma, for example. But I don't have that, so I'm gonna skip that part. Let's go. Yes. We are starting. Now this agent is gonna go through and it's gonna take my data and try to find some gaps and inconsistencies, identify that, and start working on this. Now it suggested that this is a front-end only app because we're using all static data. That is something that you could decide on and steer the agent where you want it to go. Even though I've tested a lot of hardware here, I haven't tested that much hardware that it would require a database. All that work, and it can probably fit just in one 5 kilobit JSON file, maybe even less. Looks like it's done. It found an appropriate domain for me that I can host it, or I can do a custom domain up here if I want to, under tools. So there's preview. This is what it actually looks like. I might have to fix the light mode situation for some of you. That's triggering, I know. But under tools, we can have a custom domain here. There's publishing, monitoring, so you can view traffic and analytics. Now it ended up actually using a database. So here's the databases section, and it's currently using 29 megabytes out of 20 gigs. I think I need to do a lot more benchmarking to fill up 20 gigs. Benchmarks, 15 rows, and it tried to do the best it could with the data that I gave it, the dirty, nasty data. It needs to be cleaned. Here's the hardware that it identified. It even left a space for memory because I did not actually have that in my data set, but I need to fill that in. So DJX Spark has 128 gigabytes. Save changes, so I can update the database right there in line. M4 Pro has 64, 128 here, 32 for the 10 torrent. AMD 7900 has 32, and I'll have to figure out what that NVIDIA GPU is referring to. The benchmarks table has the link to my YouTube video, which is perfect, and that's the 10 torrent video that I did. So that GPU is the RTX 5090, 32 gigs, and actually this is the AMD 9700. Let's save those changes and go back to preview. All right, now typically, right after you one-shot the application, you probably want to do a little review first to clean things up a little bit. So I'm going to give the agent this task. Review the app as a skeptical local AI user. Identify 5 problems. Do not change the app yet. Just give me the plan. And let's go. Now I want you to notice that I've reached my monthly quota limit. This is what I got so far for it. So if I want to keep working with it, I'm going to need to upgrade. That was a completely free plan, by the way. So you can go down there, use the link down below, and subscribe and check it out. Run an app for yourself. But I'm going to upgrade this. For now, I'm going to go with Replit Core. And there I go. Welcome to Replit Core. This gives you workspaces so you can work as a team. But let's go to this project that I was doing. By the way, it was not all that for the month. I also created this app to kind of see what it's capable of before doing the one I showed you. And this is like a little YouTube clone that I did. Not bad, but let's get back to our task. Continues on, and it gave me a prioritized problem list. The core feature is broken. So let's do that. Address the first issue and actually address the second issue as well. Boom. I wanted to show you that because Replit can actually work on 2 things at once in parallel because it can split up into multiple sub-agents, and that's what it's doing right here. I can work on both in parallel. Let me read the current spec schema while prepping the front-end fix. Cool. I had to go through and fix all the other issues, and for now, this seems to work. So we select the model here. Everything else is optional. I'm just gonna try this out. Get recommendations, and yeah, there it is. 10 torrent, wormhole, N300. It's a dev board, recommended. Memory should be listed there, but it's not. But that's okay. We'll fix that. This is an iterative approach, just like actual software development. But to get something like this, if I had to hand code this, would probably take me hours. Literally, like even though I have 25 years of software dev experience, this would have taken me some time. And I'll be honest with you, I love you all and I want you to have these results, but I'm not gonna sit there for many, many hours coding this thing up, even though I really want to. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm using an agent to do it for me. Now I wanna do dark mode, because you know, you all asked me about that. Add dark mode, light mode switch. Make dark mode the default. Boom. Worked for 1 minute, and there it is. Light mode, dark mode switch. Sorry about that. We'll keep it on dark mode for now. 1 minute. Now, one thing that Replit does that some other providers don't do at all is app testing. This is where the agent can be told to go and test the app out itself using an actual browser. Think of it like a stress test. So I'm going to give it this prompt right here. Test the entire recommendation flow using realistic and intentionally difficult user scenarios. Check the form, results, comparison view, missing data behavior. We're going to have some of that, I have a feeling. Also, mobile layout. That's something you should care about if you're doing a web app. Is this web app responsive? And the answer is yes. Yes, it is, but somewhat limited. So let's see if this test identifies that issue. It actually opens up a browser window right here in the sidebar, and you can see it clicking on different parts of the app. Is that Chrome? It's like a mini little robot using my app. It's cute. Okay, 7 minutes later, and it's done all the tests. 11 scenarios passed cleanly, and check this out. Yes, look at that. That responsive navigation menu at the top. That is beautiful. The admin panel, something I haven't showed you yet. This allows me to actually import real data, and it gets processed and saved to the database. And anybody can just load their own stuff. I'll have to secure it later, okay? So this is the recommendation engine. This is the hardware that was used, and these are the benchmarks. I think it's a very good start. And I'm gonna publish this so that you can all check it out. This does need tweaking, and I'm gonna continue using this agent to make those adjustments. And I'm gonna enable this feedback widget so that you can all submit your feedback here, things you wanna see. Now, while it's doing some publishing, you can check out logs, you can manage the virtual infrastructure that's running your application. You can see that all this so far cost me $3.41. Congratulations, your project is live. Let's go check it out. And there it is. Let's just do a quick check here. Llama 3.1, get recommendations, and there's my recommendation. Let's select something else, Llama 3.23b, and yeah, pretty much everything can run that. Whoa there. Okay, calm down, Alex. Don't blind everybody. That toggle switch works. Hardware, benchmarks, and let's do F12, developer tools. Click this little button to take a look at what this looks like on a, I don't know, iPhone 14 Pro Max. Nice. The responsiveness works beautifully. I got a lot done in the last half an hour, 40 minutes. Now there's more work to be done here, but that's how Replit turns an idea into an actual product that you can use. Use my link down below to try out Replit. You can start out for free, and I'll also link to this app so you can go play around with it too. Otherwise, thanks for watching the video. You might also enjoy this one, and I'll see you next time.